what would you say to a golfer to get them to take a look at this product?
I'm quite cheeky about that. Want to stop seeing your physio, want to stop carrying around all those painkillers and looking for them in your bag halfway through a round, want to recover better, want to play more often, want to sleep better, you know, want to be playing golf until you're 150.
Yes. Hi everybody, my name is G. Fletcher and I would like to welcome you this evening to our LifeVantage Australia events that we've been interviewing these amazing athletes that have come from basically all around the world. But tonight we are so honoured that it's one of our Aussies that has come on board. Angie Stevens is going to be interviewed by us and basically just going to share her career, her golfing career. So just to give you a small little background about Angie Stevens, she's from Perth, she's a mum of 2. And she actually started out in golf. She's been playing golf for over 15 years. So she started out in her mid-20s and she ended up being an amateur golfer. She's actually she is in, I didn't even know, but you know, these statistics and things, she is in the top 0.05% of golfers for people over 50 years of age worldwide, which is an incredible achievement, Ange. And she's also won numerous tournaments and events in her playing year, especially as a club champion for Mount Lawley over in Western Australia. And she's been, things haven't been so easy for Ange because she actually did suffer with fibromyalgia, but she pulled through because she loved her sport and she's actually a personal trainer as well. So she hasn't let that stop her. So Ange, I'd love to just pass it over to you now. And can you just tell us a small bit about your achievements as a golfer and just a little bit about your background there?
Thanks, G, for that lovely introduction. Yes, hi everyone, I'm Angie, I'm from Perth. I come from a big golfing background with my family. I have a cousin who's a state schoolboys captain and champion. I've also got an uncle who's a state golfer, and in fact, it was pretty rare in our family if you weren't a golfer, you know, to come on board. I obviously rebelled and didn't go anywhere near golf for the first 27 years of my life because, you know, that was the sport for old people. I played state and Division 1 hockey. I played tennis and squash and did the surf club instead. And got lured into golf by my mother, who always used to say to me, you should try it. And I actually learned how to play when I lived in the UK, which was quite interesting. So that's where I first took up the sport. So basically, when I came back to Australia, I was 27 years of age. I played for a year, started on a 27 handicap, which was brilliant. Had never picked up a club before that. Then I had my first daughter in 1995 and played until, you know, 8.5 months pregnant. I think everybody that played with me in those last few months was dreading me giving birth on the golf course. That's how much I love my golf. And then a few years later in 1999, I had my son. Now that's when basically the fibromyalgia symptoms started and my weight plummeted basically to 57 kilos. I was diagnosed with extreme pain in the body to the point where I was taking up to 8 Nurofen a day. I know you're not supposed to, just because I so desperately wanted to play golf. I didn't want to allow the pain in my body to stop me from doing what I really, really loved. And it literally took 6 or 7 years before they diagnosed my fibromyalgia. They didn't even have a clue what that was. So through that period of time, I had a very good physio who saw me on a regular basis, and it cost me an absolute fortune. I put on 10 kilos with tramadol and other painkillers, but I was determined to keep my golfing going. So with regards to my golfing career in that period of time, I've got some awesome stories which most of the people at Mount Lawley have seen, where I won 1 club championship, 13 holes up with 11 left to play, and my son had had gastro for 4 days, so I did it on an hour's sleep. So I've got this incredible passion for golf and love for golf. So yeah, I've won quite a few championships over the years.
Wow, that's amazing, Ange. Well done. And just to power through as well, pregnancies, nothing stopped you. So what do you think, Ange, from your experience and things, what do you think that golfers suffer from when they're out there, you know, because to some of us, as you say, it's an old person's sport, but I reckon there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of technique and posture that would go with your swing. And so what would kind of the golfers really suffer with, do you think, as in?
Sure, G. I think with a lot of golfers, you know, the rotation and the mechanics of golf when you actually play are very, very one-sided. So basically, you're actually impacting and hitting the ground while you're in like a coiled, turned up position. So repetitively, if you're a left or a right-hander, one side of your body is actually having a lot of impact. So pain, inflammation, injuries, arthritis for sure is one that golfers have. And golf is now a sport that's played by the very young and the very old, but we see it more and more where the younger ones, because of their wanting to actually really get to the top of their sport quickly, they're being injured and their careers are being shortened quite a lot by lower back in particular.
Wow. So what do you think the long-term effects of playing golf on the body? Because we know that, you know, too much exercise as well. And as you say, people can get fixated on golf. And I know people that, you know, they're doing 18 holes, they might be doing it 3 times a week. What are the long-term effects that too much golf could have on the body?
Well, I was definitely headed down that path. My physio would tell you that. I would go in with an injury that he would say to me, you really need to rest that. I'd make him tape it up because I thought to myself, oh, I'll just deal with injury afterwards. But the long-term effects on the body are catastrophic and can lead into actually early onset arthritis and having to have hip replacements, having to have your knees looked at. Neck and shoulders are pretty prominent as well too. So shoulder operations are quite common for golfers. Tennis elbow, would you believe, is also an effect that a lot of golfers have. So yeah, it's a lot of production, like exercise, of oxidative stress and free radicals in the body, you know, that give you that effect the next day of feeling really sore and really tired.
So tell us a small bit then now about the oxidative stress and Protandim and how you found that that's helped. Had you known about oxidative stress and free radical damage before you got kind of introduced to Protandim?
No, I didn't, G. And I'd studied a lot of nutrition. I'd gone into a lot of sports medicine. I used to speak a lot to physios, osteos, chiros about, you know, what could you actually do besides painkillers, and why was there always this soreness when golf really, exercise-wise, physically, isn't on the same sort of level as, say, something like going to the gym. And look, over the years, I tried everything, natural products, Bowen therapy, all really good, but never actually, you know, gave you that feeling of confidence that I've certainly had with Protandim. You never quite got the recovery, which quite often affects you when you go back into play a game of golf, because if you've got soreness or an injury in any area, you're aware of it and you become very protective, your swing becomes very tight and short, and in effect, it actually affects your performance a lot more than people think.
Wow. So tell me what you found with Protandim, how you found that it's helped you, and yeah, your journey so far with Protandim. How long have you been on it?
Well, I've actually been on Protandim for just over 12 months now. And what I've noticed with Protandim is I'm not on any painkillers. I have not had one painkiller, not even for a headache, a Panadol, nothing, which is miraculous. It's such a relief to not have to take anything. I find with the Protandim, I don't have any soreness. I'm waking up, I'm not feeling sore. My endurance is so much better when I'm out on the golf course. I feel quite alert. I don't feel like I get towards the end of the round and think, oh, thank God this is over, I'm starting to get tired. And I recover so well that the next day I'm getting up and I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm in a tournament that's going to be 2 or 3 days long, because I'm going to be able to, you know, keep up with the younger ones and play quite well. And recently I broke my 2 fingers on my left hand here, and my first game back I thought, oh, this could be a bit of a worry. And of course, like most golfers, you'll always get that one shot where you think, oh, I should have a bit of caution, but I'm not going to because my competitive side wouldn't let me. So I had a shot under a tree, I hit down on it, and I felt a little bit of vibration through my fingers, but walked a hole or 2 and nothing. Woke up the next day, nothing. It was just amazing. It was so, so good.
Wow. So what would you say to golfers that will hear about this? What would you really say to them that you believe, having been an amateur golfer now and a PT and understanding a lot more now about the glutathione and free radical damage, what do you think taking Protandim or reducing your oxidative stress could have on their endurance, but also their performance long term?
Yeah, well, good point, actually, G. I mean, the things for me that I've found that are positive with the Protandim is, as I mentioned before, I'm not on any painkillers. And every golfer will tell you in their side pocket, there is Panadol, there is Nurofen, there is deep heat. We always have something in there, heat patches, you name it, the whole lot, because I've never known any golfer that injures themselves on the first or the second hole to go, I'm going to be sensible here. I'm going to walk off now because this is going to affect me long term. No, it's like, what can we take? So that's a very big positive. My recovery has been unbelievable. Like I woke up literally with no pain in my lower back. Now over my career, I've popped my L5 and my L4 so many times. I've had a bulging disc. I've had the little ligament between the L4 and the L5 go. I've had shoulders and neck injuries. I've had 2 broken wrists. And, you know, literally I've seen, you know, a great saving on not having to go as often. And I was going a lot to the physio and a lot. And then you're actually not missing out on your golf. You can play your golf more regularly, which is what I'm finding and I'm enjoying. My swing is beautiful. My mind is so beautiful and clear the whole way through. You know, I'm not requiring to have a Red Bull or a Gatorade halfway through. I still eat my fruit while I'm out there, but I'm not thinking, oh gosh, maybe I need a Snickers bar and a Gatorade or a Red Bull to get me through to the 18th hole. So, and I've noticed as well too, another thing that golfers will really tell you they do worry about, and the Cancer Foundation has verified this as well too, is sun damage, sunspots, and particularly this area here for golfers where they wear sunglasses and you have a visor, but quite often you will get the little skin cancers around this area here. And I've noticed using our other product that we apply on the skin that has the Nrf2 in, that I've had 2 sunspots actually clear, and the extreme skin damage that I'd had from excess sun exposure because you're out for 4 to 5 hours, my skin's actually, it's improved. It's in better condition. If you saw my photos from my club champion days, I actually look younger now than I did before. So people do worry as golfers about the effects of sun, excessive sun, and you'd know that being in Queensland too. And in WA we have very nasty heat. So that's another thing that golfers worry about, their skin.
Definitely. So with the glutathione side, excuse me, for people out there that may not understand what that is, could you just maybe give us a 2-minute thing, just from a PT's perspective, about what happens when you increase your glutathione, how that as well kind of helps you perform better and have a better quality of life, so you can, because that's the thing, when people love their sport, they want to do it for the rest of their life. Like, I've heard of some guys now, they're back out doing bowling at, bowls at 91, and that's the thing that people want to do. They don't want to lose the passion of their sport. So what happens in the body when you actually increase the glutathione as well then?
For sure. And this was what was really fantastic for me to see as a personal trainer, to really understand that by taking the product we have, that I was activating my own body's, Nrf2 pathway to actually help with the reduction of, the build-up that you get. And I mean, golf, even though it's 4 hours and you're walking, you still build up a lot of free radicals and oxidative stress. So being able to get your own body to actively produce 1 billion antioxidants that actually neutralize per second per cell the damage or the build-up of the oxidative stress, which is what causes a lot of the inflammation and the pain in the first place, is unbelievable. It's like having pain removed from your body supercharged. And I mean, really, I tried over the years to look at food as a source of, natural medicine, because I eat a fairly plant-based diet anyway. But I just found that when I looked into the research about, the Nrf2 and activating your own antioxidants, that really your ratio for antioxidants through food is only 1-to-1. And we have literally 6 trillion amount of, antioxidant or oxidative stress coming in through the body on a daily basis, and not just from golf, from filling your car up, from breathing in oxygen. I mean, obviously out on the golf course as well too, most of the golf courses are sprayed, for weeds, and, other substances are put on, wetting agents, fertilizers. So all of that is actually hitting your skin as you're walking around the golf course as well too. So, it's inevitable. And I mean, some golfers, I will actually see them spit on their golf ball and rub it on there, or like this, and it's going back into their mouth again. And yeah, it's, or your tea goes into your mouth. And so there's a lot going on the golf course where, you really being able to actually produce, your own antioxidants, especially the glutathione, you're getting the energy, you're getting the better recovery, and your body's, it's correcting itself, which is just fantastic. It's a really good ability to actually have.
Fantastic. So, look, thank you, Ange, so much. I'm not sure, I think we've answered kind of all the questions here. So just to finish off, from the PT point of view, you had seen so many supplements come past your doors and things like that. What would you say to people, with this one little yellow pill? Why was it so different? And, why do you give it to people? And what age? Can people take it from all ages, playing golf, all sports?
Yeah, look, for me, I used to be one of these PTs that tried everything before I ever recommended it. And in fact, at one stage, my morning routine involved, 7 to 12 different tablets, fish oils, resveratrol, you name it, it was in there. And the more I researched into and looked into this product, what I loved is that basically there's a lot of really good products out there, but our product has the synergy of putting that all together in one tablet that is far more effective, like 1,800 times more potent and better received by the body than if you bought each ingredient separately. I mean, turmeric for starters, everybody knows about that being a great anti-inflammatory. The ashwagandha, the bacopa, the green tea, all the benefits, we all know about this, and we've had it widely published that all of this is really great for you as a golfer. But the convenience of actually just being able to take one tablet that does the effect of every single one of those products without having to drink lots of green tea and cook with lots of turmeric and, you know, try and find ashwagandha and milk thistle, you know, all of it is just so easy and convenient. It's made life a lot easier, and a lot of products don't have the science behind them. And that was a sad thing for me, because I wouldn't ever recommend anything to anybody unless there was the science behind it, and not just one ingredient. The product has to have all the ingredients in there. And that's what I love about this company and also this product. The level of research behind it, the level of, you know, not just checking one ingredient and then that's it. You know, we have very, very high standards. And what's on the label is what you're ingesting. These days there are so many products everywhere, and even though the TGA and the FDA look at everything, you know, I still look at some of the ingredients on there and I think, what is this? What am I putting into my body? Whereas I know with our product, the 5 ingredients that are there and all the ingredients that are there are what I'm ingesting. I'm not ingesting anything else, and I know exactly what it does, and there's peer-reviewed studies behind it and science behind it, and that's really important to me.
What would you say to a golfer to get them to take a look at this product?
I'm quite cheeky about that. Want to stop seeing your physio? Want to stop carrying around all those painkillers and looking for them in your bag halfway through a round? Want to recover better? Want to play more often? Want to sleep better? You know, want to be playing golf until you're 150?
Yes. Yes. That's brilliant.